All right. All right. What is going on? What is good, everyone? Hope you're having a good day today. It's a Wednesday, I believe, right? Yeah. Wednesday, August 9th, 2023. What up, Willow? Finally back. Welcome back. Naruto, Ali, Stephanie, Max. Good afternoon to you guys as well. What's good, Katarina? Sage, what up, what up? First time watching your stream, I'm excited. Oh, appreciate that. You should have been here yesterday. Yesterday, we called like a 15, 20-point move with very little drawdown. So it probably won't happen again today because we have CPI tomorrow. So, but I suggest you watch yesterday's recording. I mean, it's 2 hours long, but hey, it was fun. What's good, Tiago? What's good, 2020 trillionaire? And yeah, congratulations again to Willow. Baby Pips has arrived. And that's always exciting. It is always exciting. So, what am I expecting today? Real talk, I think today is difficult versus yesterday. Okay? Versus yesterday. Yesterday was a little bit easier. Yesterday was a little bit more smooth. Today, I don't know. I don't know. But if we take a look at ES, we took Tuesday's low today, right? So yesterday when we talked about those little gaps in here and that move we were looking for, we got that. Great. That was given up this morning plus more. Okay, so any stops yesterday got, well, obliterated today. So it's trading back into the range. Now this part, like with what's happening today, okay? And drop a like, guys. Let me know that you're here. Let me know that you can hear me, okay? I feel like you guys wait for me to say that. You don't have to wait for me. You have to wait for a setup, but you don't gotta wait for me, all right? Here is the problem that I have, okay? Are you ready for this? You remember the basically the four basics, right, that the market does, right? Where does the market move from X to X, Y to Y, or X to Y, or Y to X, right? Liquidity to imbalance, imbalance to liquidity, or imbalance to imbalance, liquidity to liquidity, right? And I basically gave you what my favorite was and what my least favorite was. So my favorite is imbalance to liquidity. That's my favorite, right? Because it's usually going to be in the form of like a mitigation or order flow up to liquidity or down to liquidity. I trust that. Some of my greatest trades are because of that. JP Morgan, Walmart from a few years ago, McDonald's from a few years ago. I mean, almost all my trades are framed in that type of manner. Okay. And I told you what my least favorite was as well. My least favorite is liquidity to imbalance. Okay. Like for me, I don't see myself buying under this low to try and, catch it for price to come back into the range. Okay. I'm not good at that. If anything, I was actually waiting to see if this would be a mitigation here. That I would trust. I'd say, okay, we trade through that back into it. I would trust that. However, we traded through that during lunch. It basically revisited that during lunch again, and then here at the session open. So for me, I like the setup, but I don't like the timing of today. So I would rather just avoid that altogether. And it's hard, again, to help continue on to my point. The hard part for me is trying to decipher where it wants to go. Okay? Because I'm looking at this today. And it's like, okay, we swept the low. Where's it going to head to? If we had some highs, an intraday high, great. If we had some equal highs, even better. Maybe low resistant highs, cool. High probability stuff, awesome. For me, I'm looking at this and we do not have that. I think today has been rather disgusting. I mean, we have this just general consolidation the first hour, then we plummeted. So for me, I don't know. Today is a day I would rather not. I would rather just not. Okay. So if we take a look at the dollar index real quick. Oh, that is fucking lovely. Oh, man. Oh, man. Fucking beautiful. Oh. I screenshotted the fuck out of this, just so you know. I will post that later into the Discord, which means hopefully the euro is higher. Oh, man. Woo-hoo. I love it. I love this shit. Sorry. I tell you guys, yeah, don't trade with emotions and shit. Hey, man, when you take a fucking banger trade, you have no choice but to have emotions, all right? So, piss off. All right. On my other screen, I have the dollar. I actually have this up candle here. My heavens. My heavens, that looks good. So, I want to talk about this for a minute. And it's like right at the open too of the afternoon session. Well, at least for the indices, I wouldn't consider this the afternoon for the dollar, but it's okay. So let me tell you, because you guys have been here, and so you know I pulled up the dollar and this shit was already here. Okay, but again, if you're a tier 3 member and if you're not already, you can sign up. Okay, it's very cheap. Okay, disrespectfully cheap. But in the Discord after the session, I will show you the screenshot of us running this high and why I believe this was a liquidity run to go lower. Okay. Now, it actually has to deal with the euro. That's why I said we're fucking blessed today. This shit was rather dusty, I'll be honest. Okay, this was real dusty in here. But this 15-minute candle is finally doing something. It's finally moving. Okay, Jesus. But let me tell you, let me give you some details. Okay, what I want you to do, hopefully this doesn't come back up in here. I would not want that. What I want you to do is I want you to determine what can you look at. Okay, you tell me, chat. You tell me. How can you determine if this is a stop run? Okay, that'll be our question of the day. And there you have it. All right. How do you know if this is a stop run? And I'll wait for the answers to come in. As well as the likes too, hopefully. Hopefully. Okay. We're dealing with the dollar index. Okay. What tools do we have? What tools can we utilize to determine if this is a stop run or not? Oh, and today's not going to be a 2-hour stream. I promise. It's not going to run that long. We could, but I'm not going to do it. I got things to do. I always run late, man. I run late to everything. Impatient with trading and then not patient enough with everything else. That's fucked up, right? Is that fucked up or what? That's like the exception to how you do one thing is how you do everything. Maybe. I gotta go pick up some cigars. Are there large wicks present? Is there relative strength divergence present? Check Euro USD. All right, I like the answer there. Took out liquidity and rebalance price. Oh no, that is a wonderful observation. I mean, even though I have that markup here, that's okay. Okay. Now I used to teach this as well, I still do, but this here to me is smart money efficiency. Okay, so what does that mean? Efficient. In other words, two birds with one stone. So for example, if I need to go pick up cigars at the liquor store, and I also need an oil change, which I don't need right now, but the liquor store, if it's in walking distance of the mechanic shop, right? I can drive to the mechanic shop, drop off my car, as I'm getting an oil change, I can walk to the liquor store, pick up my cigars, go back to the mechanic shop, get in my car, and dip, right? That's efficient. Multitasking or being able to do more than one thing at the same time, right? Classic. Okay. So that is efficiency, right? Or like listening to an audiobook on the way to work. That's pretty efficient. Okay. So what happens here, okay, is you have a short-term high at 845. Okay, so everybody should be able to see that really easily. Yeah, if we come all the way back up to this candle, I'm not gonna like that. But that's a big down candle. That's a big displacement. So hopefully we don't. But anyway. So when you look at, say, at the time of the screenshot, it was actually right here. I wasn't expecting that second run, but that's okay. I'm not perfect. Y'all know that. Okay. So short-term high, and above that, you have a smaller imbalance here as well. How far can price go above a high? How far can price go below a low? We've been actively asking that the last few weeks. I've been really putting emphasis on that, right? How far can it go above a high? Imbalance. How far can it go? We don't really have one here. Below a low. Imbalance, right? Okay. So what do we have here? Again, short-term high. Now I did measure the 15-minute imbalance. That was the time frame I was really monitoring. But if I took that off and just had the 5-minute up here, look what takes place. Trades above that, trades lower a little bit, trades back into it on the higher end of it. Okay. And then this is where we get some displacement here. But in reality, that greenish line, the dark greenish line, that's actually this up candle here. Because as soon as we got this candle that pushed down away from this, okay, if we have now shifted from bullish to bearish, price should not trade above this candle. So it trades into that at 11:30, trades into that again at 11:45, and then right at the open of like here at 12 o'clock central, it's just meandering around there for 30, no, that's like an hour, 45 minutes, an hour, hour and a half, some shit like that. That's why I said when we looked at it, I'm like, finally we got something, because it gave us this fat ass candle lower. It's like, okay, great, finally we get some fucking movement, which again in turn should send euro higher. Okay. So what I'm looking at right now is probably the 110.12, like 1.1012, 1012, okay, or even the 1020 maybe. Okay, that's some highs up here. Really, I think if we do get there, it probably should trade above that, and I'm assuming this higher imbalance as well up here, like more deeply into that. So probably the 1020 level, I would assume. Okay, now is that going to do that today? I don't know. Is that going to be left open for CPI? I don't know. Okay, I don't. I wish I had all the answers. I wish I was never wrong, but that's not the case. Okay. What does concern me, however, right now is equal lows on British pound. So I would be mindful of that too. So that kind of goes against that idea as well for the euro. So what are you going to do? Do we long euro because of the highs, or do we short British pound because of the lows? I don't know. Okay. I do not know. The dollar, if we had to go with something, if I had to go with something, I'm assuming the dollar lower, just below the 102 level. If you look at a 1 hour, like if we take this off and that stuff in here, in a, well, I guess like a medium term, we have the lows down here at 101.96. So it's hard to say. Okay. But if we have equal lows on the dollar, I would think that if it's going to trade lower, then that should be higher for the euro. And that's it. Okay. Like that's it. So I like that we ran away from that. And like I said a minute ago, with the dollar, I wouldn't want to see it come all the way back up here. I wouldn't want that. And obviously the inverse would be said for euro too. Like I wouldn't want price to just trade back down to these levels here, the 78 level. Like I wouldn't want that. It's a little difficult for me to say if this would be a mitigation or not. I don't know. Again, today, I don't feel all that in tune with today. Okay. So I'll just have that for you straight up. We do have a lower low here, but this lower low seen on the euro, it didn't take stops here. Like the dollar did, but the euro didn't. So if you look at that, we have a higher dollar as well as a higher euro. So that could be a divergence in itself, which means this retracement lower should be seen, like this should be seen as a retracement to go higher. Okay. If it comes down to the 78, like 78 level here, or even like these lows here, I would not be confident that this would trade higher anymore. Okay. So with British pound, who knows, man? It's hard for me to justify longs when we've got lows down here because that goes against one of the smart money rules that I have, at least for myself. So it's just mixed, man. It is just mixed. So that's it. That's all I got for today, man. It's probably a day. Yesterday was fire. Today would probably be a day to step away and to, I don't know, be productive somewhere else. Does that make sense? The only update I have for you is we are 50 subscribers away from 6,000 on this channel. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. We got to 5K, I think, like 2 months ago. And I think we're at 5,950. So we are very close to the 6K mark. But not that we'll do, we're not going to do a giveaway at that particular subscriber level. The next subscriber one's probably going to be 10K. But like I said, we'll do our next giveaway at 100K views for the year. And would we say 200 members? We'll do both. So we're actually 50 members away from 200, and then we're 50 subscribers away from 6,000. So there's a couple of milestones for you. Continuing on with the thought of the indices, I would note this as well. Nasdaq traded below Tuesday's low. S&P traded below Tuesday's low. The Dow is the only one who did not. So I think as far as strength, or at least upside, I think Dow has probably the most potential. But again, as I mentioned earlier, well, what's the target? That I do not know. You have a gap right here, and that's already been traded into this. I mean, if you want to consider this an imbalance as well, that's pretty much traded into. So I, again, just do not really see anything here that's worth taking. Okay. Man, we fucking jammed that down candle, and then we came all the way back. Well, almost. Okay. Again, that's not what I wanted to see. Because it's like, it gives you the reaction, and then it comes all the way back. And like that, to me, that's not what you want. And what that does too is that really fucks up that higher time frame. Because look at this shit. Sweep, comes down, leaves the lows, and then comes back up, and then now it's doing like really large wicks on both sides. So that's just toast, man. That is just toast. You guys have any questions so far, or are y'all just chilling? Or are y'all just chilling? The only reason I'm focused on currencies today is because I just, again, with the indices, I don't have much. So as far as alerts go, 127.11 for British pound. See, that's what I didn't want to see right there. 110.12 for the euro. And see, like, see why we marked this mitigation, and I said I don't know what that's gonna be, and what I didn't want to see is here, and now we're here. So that's probably not advantageous either. Like for longs, rather. Like if I was trying to long this retracement, I would be worried right now. Let me take a look at the some of the other currencies. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. I guess we'll watch probably British pound. We'll probably watch that. You're in EU sales from 110.06. Took a sound today. Very nice. What's your take on Tupperware? What does that even mean? What do you mean Tupperware? What is my take on Tupperware? Tupperware, I think, can be clean, but somehow still looks like it's dirty. Oh, the stock. I figured that's what you meant. I don't know what their symbol is. What's the symbol for Tupperware? Nice. I'm on the living room TV at Willow's house. Very dope. Very dope. It's TUP. Oh, of course it is. Ugh. What the fuck are we looking at, bro? What is this? What is this? I tell you what, though, I almost never make money when I see a stock go from $96 to 80 cents. I can tell you that. I wouldn't touch this, bro. I wouldn't touch this. It went from 63 cents to $5.50 in a few weeks. Took out all these highs in here. And this could easily get clapped. I don't, penny stocks and stocks that do this, I don't deal with. I mean, you got to realize you're trading a company called Tupperware. Like, just think about that for a minute. It's different. Like, I've traded AMD in the past, okay? I'm a gamer, you know, I know about like graphics cards and a little bit about computers and shit like that. You know, the gaming industry is really big. AMD, you know, they do a lot of stuff that deals with electronics, and so that's a little bit more of an industry that I know, right? That I trust rather. Okay, cool. This company is Tupperware. Like, is that really, I don't know. It's not something I would trust, I guess. Reading an article on how Tupperware could be the next GameStop, so I was wondering why there's so much talk and things like this. Well, yeah, I mean, when things go from 70 cents to $5 in a few weeks, of course, there's going to be articles about it. 600%, 500%, 600%. But I think it's just exit liquidity. When did that article come out? The one that you read. When was it released? That's what you should find out. You should see what the date is on when. Oh, 2 days ago. Really? So on the 7th. So you're telling me that that article came out above one of these previous highs up here? That's called exit liquidity, my friend. Do we want to buy low or do we want to buy high? It's just something to consider, man. That's all I'm saying. It sounds like, you know, some shenanigans. Is what it sounds like to me. All right. So this was a beautiful stop run. But again, as this candle was closing and this one was opening, what I told you was exactly what I believed. We should not come back to this. And we have done that. So for me, when I see this, I no longer trust this being a short. It still could, don't get me wrong, but I lose trust in this. Does that make sense? So this, like, if let's say I shorted this up candle here, this would be a break even for me. I would not want to hold this. Especially seeing that. I mean, this was like a razzle dazzle here. And that's almost never good. Almost never. Quickly comes down. Low here, low here, low here. I think. Again, I've been watching this on the 15-minute, not really the 5-minute today. But I guess if we switch to the 5-minute, you have these lows and you have an imbalance here. It does respect that and then trades back higher again. So what does the market do? It trades from what? Liquidity to liquidity, or imbalance to imbalance, right? That's what it's doing. So I would assume, if I'm wrong on the bearish side, if we are bullish, okay, if we sweat liquidity, rebalance price, this might be a retracement to then go higher. We did talk yesterday about switching your bias, right? So that's likely what I think is going to happen. Time will tell. Okay. And now do you see why I also said that I feel out of tune with today? Like, I feel not high probable today. We spent a lot of time up here. I didn't want to see us come back up here. We came back up there. It's like, bro, when on days like today, where it just does things I don't want to see it do, that's when I have to walk away. Because if I come in here and try and force something, I can almost guarantee you I'll take a loss. I can damn near guarantee that I would take a loss. Good example of how news can influence inexperienced traders to take losing trades. Right. Well, of course. Because most people would rather read an article, or most people don't even read articles. They just read the headline. And then they just trust whoever that person or whatever that person said. And they might even not even know who it is. You know, like written by Anthony Smith. They're like, well, who the fuck is that? You know, it's like they don't even know them. But I'm pretty sure they're doing that to try and force people to buy at $4, $5. And that's why they're exit liquidity. People would rather buy at $5 than 70 cents or $1. What's good, Sean? So if we want to see the lows swept today, again, I don't know if that's left open for CPI, I could see that being met. Or if CPI goes the other way and these are open, I would still have that on your chart. But if we happen to be bearish, like this down candle here, we would want to see that get traded through, right? Because in order to get to the lows, it has to get through. Well, that 15-minute looks terrible. But that 5-minute down candle here, I wouldn't see that. Like, I would not see this as a buy. The lows here are too juicy. All right. So that's probably what I would be monitoring today. I mean, I am going to leave here in a bit. But if I was going to monitor something today, that's what I'd watch. I'd have these lows on British pound, and then again, I'd be watching the dollar as well, because it looks like this high is going to get taken, and then this high is probably next, and it looks like it's just going to run higher. Can we send charts here? You can try, but I don't know. But I do know that if you become a tier 3 member, you can post all the charts you want in the charts chat. That's why we have it. But you could try it. If you could post a link, I'll look at it. Because sometimes YouTube might not let you. Or there might be certain settings. I'm not sure. I know in the Discord there is. Like certain Discord channels won't let you post external links. Don't know where your group. Oh, my group is here, bro. If you click the join button under the title or under the video, it's somewhere. There should be a join button. Or you can go to the community tab. Or not community tab, memberships tab. It's very easy to do. Nicholas can't be a member. Why can't you be a member, Nicholas? For some people, I guess they can't see it. That I don't have a fix for. I don't know. That's not something that I think is on my end. There's no button or anything. Shit, I don't know, man. Try going to the URL. Here, I put it in the chat. Try, see if you can click on that URL. Via the laptop, there's no option via phone. Oh, so Sean said it worked for me via the laptop. There's no option via the phone. Yeah, I've said that to a lot of people too, like in private, because they'll message me about whatever, and I'm like, you need to do it on the laptop. Everybody wants to do it on their phone for some reason. Can't help you. I don't know why YouTube does that. I don't make the rules, man. I don't know why people would look at trading on their phone anyway. I mean, I understand, like, if you're on the go, like if you're out and about and you're trying to watch price or manage a trade, I could see that. But being strictly on your phone with trading all the time, I don't see how people do that. Since we to the main page, but I can only subscribe on my PC right now and tried the phone. Can I do it? Oh, then I really can't help you. That's the direct link. If it's not working for you, then I don't know. What Nicholas, what country are you from? Andorra? Where is that? Where is that? It's between Spain and France. Oh, okay. Spain and France. All right. I don't know. I know YouTube is restricted in some countries, or like the membership side probably is. I don't know about yours though. Look, man, I'm doing everything I can to help you, but I honestly don't know. If the direct link doesn't work, then it's probably just the country, then is what I'm assuming. You never knew there's a country between Spain and France, did you? Look, do I look like the type of person who knows about maps on the other side of the world? Do I look like a guy that knows that? Like, oh yeah, John, he looks like a guy who knows maps. Dude, I GPS to go to this fucking grocery store like 20 minutes away. Come on. Cartography. I don't even know what that is. You guys are coming at me with words I've never even heard of. Looks like he can teach history. I mean, I have taught some history, a little bit of Roman history. Not enough for a college course, obviously, but you know, like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, Epictetus. Thought in the Navy you get to travel the world. Well, yes, and I worked next to the QMs is what they were called. I think the quartermaster, and I think they were the ones that dealt with charts. I mean, I've seen charts that I couldn't even understand. It looked like, have you ever seen really flat water? Like, I'm talking just really, really smooth, just flat water. And then you drop like a rock or something heavy into the water and then it ripples out. I've seen charts that look like that, but warped. So like it was warped and then just circles and circles and circles and then numbers and numbers and numbers. And I mean, these guys and girls would be huddled around these charts, like drawing shit with pencils, and I'm just looking at it. I'm like, what does that even mean? They're like, oh, that's the depth. That's this. That's land. I'm like, well, I figured that was land, you know? So, but yeah, I never dealt with any of that. I never dealt with any of that. No, 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 no. We will hit the ground if that was up to me. And it's happened before. Ships have run aground before. Not like I wasn't on those ships, but it's happened in history. And believe me, a lot of people get in trouble when that shit happens. Same thing if you run into a whale, too. I think that's more of a political thing, though. If you run into a whale, your ass is grass. At least the captain, and some like the helmsman probably, and a few of the people on the like the I'm sure the XO, CEO, XO, and CMC, the commanding officer, executive officer, and the command master chief, I think would all be fucked essentially. But you know, can't run aground, can't hit whales, and if you do, at least hopefully nobody knows about it. I mean, a bunch of weird shit goes on in the middle of the ocean if you didn't know. There's actually a certain distance that ships, not just Navy, but all ships, like cruise ships, whatever, have to be a certain distance from land in order to dump their trash. Because dumping trash in the ocean is legal, but it has to be after a certain point. I think it's like 30 nautical miles or 100, I don't know what it is. But it's a certain distance that you can dump trash, right? And the problem is ships will get in trouble if they dump their trash, but not far enough out in the ocean. You can get in a lot of trouble doing that too. Oh, that's interesting here. The euro took this low here. British pound did not take that low. Dude, I'm telling you, man, it is a weird day and I am not in sync with this at all. Like, at all. But are you surprised, though? I told you that from the jump. No. I think we're just gonna leave it here today. I feel like your time is gonna be spent better elsewhere than listening to my bullshit. So, all right. Well, look, man. I gave you the alerts. I gave you the highs on the euro, the lows on British pound, and that's it. I really don't have anything else. I think it's a very mixed day. I think it's a low probability day prior to CPI, right? Don't forget to check Forex Factory so that way you know tomorrow morning's CPI at 7:30 a.m. Central is going to be 8:30 a.m. Eastern. So I don't know what that time is for you, but understand that tomorrow, again, we have CPI, right? US dollar has CPI tomorrow. So that a lot of times can be one directional. I think sometimes it can be two directional as well, meaning it'll go one way and then finesse the other way. Or sometimes it'll just go pew, one direction. And it's, I don't know. When in doubt, stay out. Okay. Mitigation model on British pound, 15-minute. Oh, nice. Take a screenshot, post in the Discord. Yeah, appreciate you too, Willow. Appreciate baby pips. Y'all be good. And stay blessed. We'll be here Friday. Oh, now the dollar wants to fucking drop again. I don't even want to watch this anymore. We won't be here tomorrow. Okay, we'll be here Friday on the 11th. Okay. Friday next week we won't have a stream because unfortunately I have court next Friday at 1 o'clock. So we won't be streaming on Friday. I gotta go to that bitch ass courtroom. Okay. So next week we will be one stream short. Okay, it is what it is. But tomorrow I will put out the market review for the tier 2 and higher members, and then Friday we'll all be here again. Okay, so stay blessed. Don't get bodied tomorrow by CPI. All right, I'll see you Friday.